Hello, this is Jacob from iReviews, and today I'm going to be giving my full review, thoughts, and opinions on Jawzrsize. Now, this is a small product, so there's not too much to look at. Instead, it'll be a lot of me giving my thoughts, opinions, and experience with it over the brief time that I've had it. Now, to start off with, what is Jawzrsize exactly? Well, Jawzrsize is this little thing right here. There are other details to it beyond that, but the main purpose of this is it's a piece of equipment that you use to exercise your jaw by basically chewing on it. It's a little bit more detailed than that, but that's the basics of it. You follow the instructions to clean and boil it, you make sure everything's safe and secure, and then you put it in your mouth and follow the proper method of basically chewing it with about 20 to 50 pounds of resistance, basically meant to give your mouth an exercise. Now, that's how it's supposed to work in theory, and from what I've been able to gather online, that works well for some people. But I will say that I've come across a few problems in using mine. Safe to say that there are some issues that I do have with this product, even if the idea is kind of neat. There are a lot of exercise equipments out there that make bold claims about specific areas and how, oh, this is the one trick to fixing everything with your jaw, your hands, or whatever it is. So, for starters, there's not much of a backing behind the benefits that I've been able to find for Jawzrsize other than anecdotal and from the company themselves. It's a bit of a smaller thing, so it's not too unheard of, but it's very hit or miss, it seems, with a lot of people. Some people get good results, some people see absolutely nothing, and there's a third category of people which I will go ahead and recommend don't do it. If you have any problems with your jaw, if you have any teeth problems, this is not something that you want to be messing around with, which is almost a bit of a edge to the whole thing. If you've got a weak jaw, you don't want to be using the thing to make your jaw stronger and more defined, which kind of translates with other equipment too, where, you know, you wouldn't want to be bench pressing if you've got damage in your arms or anything. You don't want to be working out a torn muscle or anything like that. But the jaw and teeth are also a very sensitive area, and anything that goes wrong can immediately lead to a lot of pain and a lot of issues. And I haven't experienced anything that severe, but I have found that it gets rather uncomfortable rather fast using this, at least in my experience. I have a bit of a dental history, so take that with a grain of salt, but I have not found much enjoyment out of using mine, though I give it the benefit of the doubt that it is partially because of my own records. Now, what are the exact benefits that Jawzrsize claims? Aside from, you know, general exercising, they claim to give you a more defined and sleek-looking jaw, which, it's vague. It's really vague what that even means. And again, some people do see results, or at least they claim to see results, but I've not been able to find too much use out of it myself. I will say that I don't hate the product. It's perfectly fine. It's not that expensive. It's very easy to carry around, and as long as it's kept clean, it should be useful. And I can imagine that the constant motions, if it doesn't irritate your jaw or doesn't cause any damage, will get some exercise in there. But I'm a little on the fence on if that's even useful. Go ahead and comment down below what your opinion on a mouth exercise even is. If it's something that's necessary, if it's something that is just a total fad or scam. But with all that said, there's still potentially some use behind it. I just wasn't able to find any for myself. This has been Jacob from iReviews, and there's not a lot else for me to really say about this. It's a small product, it's got a small goal, and most of what there is to say about that is whether or not it achieves that goal or it doesn't. And there's so much split on the discourse around it that it's kind of hard to tell. I didn't get much out of it. Some people did. It's worth checking out potentially if you don't have any jaw problems, don't have any teeth problems, and are just looking for something that might help.